Hi, Renee Flamand here. Just as we have an addiction to the trauma cycle and the narcissist, let's talk about the narcissist's addictions. He too is a victim of his addictions to his own cycle. So when he's holding court with a new audience, that's going to feed his addiction of ego. He can make up stories. He can be whoever he wants to be. He can regale them, and he can make people laugh. And they're like, "Oh, isn't he charming?" And it's usually a newer group of people because narcissists go through people. People catch on to them, and they have to find a new audience. Okay, say you were a member of that audience, and now they've hooked you, and now they're going to court you, and so you're going through the phases of they watch you fall in love with them. That feeds that part of their addiction. Their ego is blown up. You think they're everything in the world, and they watch how they manipulate you with the goodness they're bestowing upon you. They're fascinated with their own goodness to you. Oh yeah. Part of that is now they're going to be hungry. The only thing right now, the food for them is going to be devaluing you. And the reason is that's the food they need to feel better about themselves. They don't have the tools to deal with. Say, for example, you're like, well, he's just mad because he had a bad day at work. He didn't mean anything by it. Well, honey, if he's picking on you and saying mean things to you and being mean because he had a bad day at work, bad day at work might translate for the narcissist as somebody attacked his self-esteem, somebody challenged them, somebody pointed something out that they did wrong, somebody blamed them for something that went wrong. Remember, your narcissist isn't out there in the world charming the pants off everybody. Many people see right through the BS that comes along with being a narcissist. Many people see right through it. We were charmed. That doesn't mean he's out there charming everybody. So if your narcissist had a bad day at work or with his family or whatever, and he comes and he's taking it out on you, the only possibility, the only way they can feel better if their self-esteem took a hit is by taking your self-esteem. And the way they take your self-esteem is by devaluing you, make you feel small, by insulting you or doing any one of the things we've mentioned before, gaslighting, triangulating, ignoring you, silent treatment, could be many things. But by devaluing you, they're going to then, in their own addiction and in their own brain, that's how they feel better about themselves. Is it sadistic? Yes. Is it like being a bully? Yes. Yep. That's how they're wired. So they need that. They need that. And then they're going to go through the cycle of their addictions. Now they're going to want to win you back. They're going to get a rush into their ego. If they can now win you back and make you feel great again, that's going to feed that part of their ego. And, oh, okay, now comes along boredom, or they want something a little different. You could be the most perfect supply on earth. Now they want something new. They're bored. They need that new audience again. They need regaling. They need people to laugh at their old jokes and stories. They need new. They need new. And that's where new supply comes in. And they're going to start to groom people. That's an addiction. This addiction has been with them forever, since childhood. They don't even really know anything else, I don't think. All the research I've seen is the narcissist has been with something happened in their childhood and they've been this way. So they have their own addictions, and it's with the same fervor that they will go after the feelings that they need, that you need to have in order to leave them, that an addict needs to have to quit an addiction. They will go after it with the same fervor. So they will absolutely put everything into winning you back. They will absolutely put everything into making you feel bad when that's the part of their cycle that they need to feed. They will absolutely put everything into making you feel good again. They will absolutely put everything into making you feel jealous and show you that they have new supply. They will put everything into the new supply, making them get wooed and feel the love for them that you did in the beginning. It's an addiction cycle for them. They're addicted to all those different ports of call. And they will put everything they have into every single one of those levels. So I don't want you to forget your own worth when they start in on that devaluation cycle of any kind. They're just feeding their own monster. They have to feel better about themselves, and that's the only way. They've never learned how to self-soothe. They never learned how to self-correct. They never learned how to independently separate from other people's connections to deal with their own feelings. They have to reach out, lash out, court somebody. There's some addiction that they're feeding with every action they take. It's a cycle, and it's every single action they take is a calculated manipulation to fulfill whatever addiction they're feeling at the time. Whether it's ego, whether it's I had a bad day, whether it's you might be doing well in your life and now they have to make you feel bad about that because they can't handle that. You can't feel better than what they're feeling about their own life. That's a different kind of addiction for them. But they go after it with the same. It's very, very urgent for them to fill all of those addictive needs. So watch for how they come at it with such gusto is because they need it filled. It's an addiction for them. Okay, so watch for that.